Sean Hannity.
The new Sean Hannity Show. More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold, inspired solutions for America.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sean Hannity Show. I am here today for my good friend Sean Hannity, who has taken another abrupt vacation day. This is Linda McLaughlin, and I am unfortunately saddled to fill these very big shoes. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. But Sean, you know, he works so hard, you know, and all we can do is just stand with Sean. And today I'm going to talk with Sean. I'm going to do my best to emulate Sean and just be here for him.
You can't even pull it off. You can't, you cannot pull it off. It's, you tried, but it was awful.
The hardest part was not laughing.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching you. By the way, you noticed I was sitting back acting like you were going to have to go on for an hour.
You got your arms up behind your head. I'm like, oh, no pressure here. Jeez.
Well, people don't know me very well. I mean, the number of people that, like my buddy Keith. I love Keith. The inventor. Are you okay? Are you okay? Like, all my friends, are you okay?
Yeah, the abrupt vacation that you take at the same time every single year.
You know what was hilarious about it? Mark Simone and I think Eric Erickson, they both said, Linda asked us 4 weeks ago if we'd be available to fill in for Hannity. And it was not an abrupt vacation.
Actually, take a listen. This is pretty funny, actually.
All right, go.
So I'm reading everywhere, and these are major news outlets. Mysterious sudden vacation of Sean Hannity. Mysterious. All of a sudden he's gone. Well, first of all, I was asked to fill in a Thursday of that vacation. I think they asked me 2 weeks ahead of time. So,
well, that's sudden.
It wasn't so sudden.
Very abrupt.
I think I had the email 2 weeks ahead of time. So it was a planned vacation.
I love him. Well, Mark is the best. Well, Mark Simone is on our New York flagship, WOR, the talk of New York, New Jersey, and Long Island. And he fills in, as you know, on this program. Anyway, happy Tuesday. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Glad you are with us. Write down our toll-free telephone number. It's 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. Look, I do not like wasting a lot of time and people say, yeah, right, Hannity. Everybody loves to talk about themselves. All you talk show hosts are egomaniacs, but not for the whole show. Not for a whole period of time here, which I did on Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever day last week, and I'm going to do again here today. I'd rather talk about the things that motivate me. You know, what really motivated me in the election, and I said it every day, was, okay, 50 million Americans in poverty, 50 million on food stamps, and, 95 million Americans out of the labor force, worst recovery since the 40s, double the national debt, the lowest home ownership rate in 51 years. If we can get, I believe, what I supported in the election, the Trump agenda, through, we're going to help all those people that are suffering because of bad government policies. You have no idea. That's what motivated me so much in the campaign, motivates me today. But if I don't stay on the air, I won't be able to say any of these things to you, and I'll be driving around in a car by myself. I guess I'll build a camera at home, and I'll just go on TV and talk to myself. Maybe I'll put it on, I don't know, could you put it on YouTube Live or no, Facebook Live? I could do that, right? But that's not what I want to do. And I want to spend some time today telling you, I never read so many articles in my life over the time I was off about how I'm being fired and how I'm not going to be on the air and how my career is over and how even some of the people that are supposedly with conservative publications, I deserve it. Why? I'm going to get into this today. And since, I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, I don't even remember anymore, but there's a George Soros, Hillary Clinton supported group, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Look at Stanger. He's dying that Linda started the show. That have for many, many years now been out there and have been targeting conservatives, very Alinsky-like. What they do is they take one at a time, one voice at a time. Now they've gone after Dr. Laura, and they recently went after O'Reilly, and O'Reilly lost a couple of hundred advertisers. O'Reilly's not at Fox News anymore, is he? They went after Rush and the whole controversy, whatever, the Sandra Fluck controversy. They went after Beck in the past. The same group that pointed out that Don Imus, it didn't matter that Don Imus wanted to apologize, that he went to meet with the people at Rutgers, that he said something stupid. Okay, he admitted it was stupid, it was dumb, it was ignorant. I apologize, and I want to make it right. That's not enough in this day and age. They want every conservative voice silenced. That's the environment we all work in every day. And I've told you now for many years something that is a reality of being a conservative in the media today. And now that it is hitting critical mass for me, I will remind you what I've been telling you, is there are people whose entire job that they get paid to do, and we even know who some of them and many of them are. Their job is to monitor every conservative on the radio, Hannity, Levin, Laura Ingraham, Rush Limbaugh, all of us, in the hopes that a conservative says one dumb thing, one word, one phrase, one paragraph, and often they actually purposely take it out of context in the hopes that they can begin the effort of an advertising campaign. You attack the advertisers of a show, and that is the single quickest way to destroy the show's viability. And once it becomes financially not viable, then all of a sudden the people that hire conservatives are willing, is it worth it? Let's bring in X, Y, or Z. And that's what's happening to me now. And I have now, by the way, the USAA has come back on the Hannity show, as has, what's the other name of that other advertiser that apparently you can't, has come back too?
Peloton.
Right, Peloton. And the only reason that happened is because I went out and told you what was happening to me. And you responded at a level that has blown me and everybody in my life away. I frankly don't think I deserve it. And some of you say, yeah, that's for sure. In as much as I'm very, very humbled by it all. I take the job seriously. I don't take myself seriously. But when you have a coordinated effort right now that is going on in the country to silence and take out the Fox News channel the way it's coordinated. Now, the group, the Soros Clinton group, is not calling it a boycott in my case because they don't have anything. So they just call me horrible names, take things I've said out of context, lie, and all these. And again, Soros, other people funded millions of dollars go into this organization. And what they do is they listen every hour, every second, every minute of every day, radio, TV, in the hopes I say something that they can then use to boycott this show and silence the voice of the show. And in very Alinskyite fashion, I mean, there's a certain evil genius to it all, but it's not good for the country. What they've done is they've isolated one conservative after another, and they have, in some cases, been successful in damaging the finances of the show and damaging the host's reputation, and in some cases, getting the scalp of that host and getting them off the air and winning that way, so they think. I have always, my entire life and career, have never supported a boycott. I don't believe in silencing opposition voices. I hope you never do it, but I want you to listen 3 hours a day. But you don't have to. You have other options. You have other choices. I really want you. I want to put on a good enough radio show and a good enough TV show every day for you, offering news and information and interesting guests and opinion that you're not going to get elsewhere in the media. I want to do that every day. It's my passion. It's my dream. God has blessed me beyond measure to be able to do this every day. But you don't have to watch either. There's an on and off button, and there's a channel selector, and you don't have to watch any one show. And, for example, more recently, when Bill Maher suggested, quote, a joke, nothing funny in my mind, about incest between the president of the United States' daughter and the president, it was really evil, twisted, dark, and sick. But I have my answer, and it should be everybody. I don't watch your show. When Colbert did what he did, and I tweeted out, I'm not going with, what was it, boycott Colbert, whatever it was, Colbert, stop Colbert, I don't know. And I wrote on Twitter, some people got mad at me. He said, Hannity, you have to join us, and this needs to stop, and the only way it's going to stop is if we boycott them. And I said, I don't support it. Now, in fairness, this group that Soros Clinton group is attacking me, they're not calling it a boycott. They just listed all my advertisers, contacts, and said, oh, we're just informing the advertiser. So they're not calling it a boycott. So I actually say, okay, there's a group that started. I was blown away. I didn't know this group was starting, I don't know, back in May or April or whatever it was. And they're both long-term friends of mine. Melanie Morgan, who used to be a KSFO, and Brian Maloney, the radio equalizer guy. He's been a friend of mine in radio for years. And all of a sudden I read that they started this group, Stand with Hannity, Stop the Scalping. This is long before this attempt to silence my voice has started here. Well, they now started a new campaign, and it's Fight Fire with Fire. And what's so amazing about this campaign is they're saying, no, it's not a boycott, but they have listed all of Rachel Maddow and all, I don't ever watch the show. The crap she says, if it wasn't, I'm stunned. She is a conspiracy kook. But in America, she has a right to do that. So they've done now what the Soros Clinton group did. And what they're saying is, here are her advertisers. Here's her kooky conspiracy theories. Here's her, saying very bizarre things and, talking about, we'll play some of it coming up in a minute. And they're saying, here are her advertisers. Here are her thing. Here's her crazy stuff. And by the way, they're doing exactly what the left is doing to me and has done to conservative after conservative after conservative. They're calling me a conspiracy theorist. She is the most conspiratorial human being I've ever seen. And if you go to the website, MediaEqualizer.com, you can see and read it for yourself. It is so off the hook. And by the way, it's like MSNBC, NBC, CNN. It's all primetime conspiracy theory all the time. There's no evidence of collusion, Trump, right? But they keep advancing it. I am supporting this effort in part because I don't think it's ever going to end until the left is now subjected to the same treatment they've treated treating conservatives. It's not a boycott. They're saying it's not a boycott. And they've also said one other thing. They said if it stops, they'll stop. In other words, they're talking about, and I spoke to one of them off the air, they're talking about CBS, Colbert. They're talking about a lot of cable shows that have a lot of wacky things said by a lot of wacky hosts. They have MS, they have CNN, they have ABC, they have Stephanopoulos, they've got them all. And the track record and the things that these people have said is breathtaking. And so what they're saying is, if this is what you are going to do to freedom of speech in this country, and your attempt to drive conservatives off the air, then we're not going to take it anymore. And they said, fight fire with fire. Now you go to MediaEqualizer.com. They're also going to join us coming up later in the program today and explain what they're doing. And it's sad to me. This is not what I want to talk about today. This is not what we ought to be talking about today. Not one liberal host that I know of. The only liberal I know that supported me is Lanny Davis. Not one liberal host said, stop Hannity, stop this attack on Hannity. I believe in freedom of speech. Just like none of them defended Ann Coulter. And none of them defended Milo Yiannopoulos and his right to speak at Berkeley. Like none of them ever defended all the other Media Matters people that were attacked over the years.